Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue our exploration of three-character Chinese expressions in November. And today we're going to talk about the 真面目. We can group 面目 together because that shows 面 and 目. Face and eye in Chinese means somebody's, I guess, character presenting moment. And 真 means true. So it's the moment that you are going to see somebody in their real, I guess, intuitive character. Because most of us are acting in most occasions, right? Like in social settings, are supposed to behave in a certain way. You don't necessarily show your natural self. But 真面目 is such I guess, especially in a different setting, in more trying moments, that you're more likely to see somebody's true color, so to speak. So yeah, English use true color, but Chinese use face and eye. What kind of face and what kind of eye? Because I guess Chinese culture see eye as that's the entry to somebody's real intention, right? So look at somebody, if you want to read a person's body language, look at their face, look at their eye. That's the main, giveaways, so to speak. Okay, 真, we have 4 components in this character. The top means change. The reason why it means change, because we have the human figure that looks like this. And you can see this structure looks like this, but it's flipped and rotated. So by flipping and rotating, Chinese came up with a way to show it's the same structure, but now it's transformed somehow. And so that means change. Okay. Then the middle here is eyeball. You can see kind of equivalent to that. This character formation, because, okay, 目, it's simplified Chinese, right? It's just rectangles, it's boxy, it's vertical lines and horizontal lines. There's no feature character. But at the beginning of the language creation or record keeping, somebody have to put down this character, right? Of course, it cannot come with like a computer perfect rendering like that. So there will be personal colors, and at the very beginning, it's even more realistic, like a more reality-based rendering. So this looks more like a human eye, I guess. in the English culture, it would be like a slanted eye. But okay, this is Chinese, how they view their own eye is. Okay, with some corner of the eye up tilted. And I guess in this case, it's kind of exaggerated as well, because nobody's eye is kind of slanted that degree, right? But this is the eyeball, and this basically is the eye shape, and eventually it becomes like just like that. And this is the kind of in the middle. It's before it becomes computerized like that. It's looking like that, kind of an oval shape with 2 horizontal lines. Okay, that's Chinese eyeball. And Chinese use eyeball to mean see, okay, observe. And then we have this structure that means lower ground. That means ground level. Look, so observe at a ground level, okay? And then the two, almost like 2 legs dangling at the very end of the ground level. That means acting, like carrying out. So 真, this 4 component, if I make a story or narration of the 4 components coming together, it means observing at a ground level, meaning almost like a first-hand observing. It's not what you hear, it's what you observe with your own eyes, see. And over time, that, especially when, this human figure flipped over and rotate, change, observe something change over time on the ground level, and then act accordingly. That's Chinese truth-seeking definition. I think it's pretty accurate. You have to observe yourself, not trust anybody else tell you. And you have to be patient enough to give it time to see how things transform, change in front of your eyes, and then you act accordingly. So that's Chinese truth seeking. Mian, we have face. Okay, you say, okay, just look at my face. I have many things on my face, right? But Chinese only capture the very center of the face, which is here. So this structure is the very tip of the nose bridge. And then these two stacked up horizontal lines are the two nostrils kind of sticking up. I mean, that part is hard to imagine, right? But just like the eyeballs are kind of look like that, right? If you see the eye in the physical world, the eyeball, the two border lines would be two vertical lines, right? But Chinese stacked it up just like this. It's for horizontal space saving purpose, because most Chinese characters is kind of rectangular on the vertical end. So vertical has more space than horizontal. Horizontal space is more expensive, so to speak. So why you need to put two vertical lines next to each other, it's more economically making sense by stacking them up, looking like this. So that's two nostrils under the nose bridge. That's the very center of your face. And of course, there are many, many other features of your face not captured in there. And then the language creator draw a line, like the whole thing, like I'm meaning the whole thing, right? And then you will say, wow, the exact same thing, draw again around. So that second circling around your face, minute, it actually means the surface, the very sphere, or what do you call it? The interface, the very edge of your face. It's what I mean. Okay, so if the inner side of the nose bridge with two nostrils with the whole wrapper means your head, then the second circle means your face, like the surface, the visible surface of your face. Okay, that eventually just means the face. Okay, the visible part of your head. Okay, okay, and then the eyeball. So Chinese use mian and mu as somebody's, I guess, if you read somebody, you read into their facial expressions, you read into their eye movement. That's how you can, I guess, getting closer to discovering that person's real intention or real character or real principles or values or whatever highbrow words you want to put in there. And the Zhenmian Mu simply means you see somebody's true character. So I didn't watch this movie. I just find, okay, this Matt Damon's face, you can see a lot of turmoil and tension inside, right? It's observable on the facial expression and his eyes. And that's a good illustration to say mian and mu. It's how you tell that person's, I guess, internal state of being at the moment. And we often want to say that under, courage under fire. So putting people in a trying situation as if it's under fire, right? Extreme situation, character reading. Like that's the true testing moment for character showing moment. I'm actually not sure, because most of us live in peaceful times, right? In everyday, day-to-day life. And are you saying like I'm not really showing my character, just carrying out my day-to-day mundane, nothing trying, nothing extreme life? I don't know, but Chinese is using true character, 真面目, means, I guess, over time you observe that person, and in some instances, like, I guess not the regular pretendable, you can set up your response time so that you can act in a more original, but this is a more visceral response to some situations. And that's the moment you see the true character of that person. I guess that's the illustration. 真面目. All right, catching to the currency of thinking about one more day with Sophie. Good night today.